eat any fast food places?
All right, this morning I had oatmeal, so I haven't eaten until early this morning. So when I go back home, probably 2 times a day, me and my wife, that's how we eat. We don't eat no, well, she eats me.
Oh, you're
don't eat
100% a vegan or vegetarian?
Not vegan, because right now I'm eating salmon. I'm getting ready to throw that out by next week, and then I'm going to go the whole vegan route.
Yeah. What do you think about the whole imitation meat?
I love it.
Yeah, like what are the companies called? Fucking what are the burgers called?
Impossible
Burgers. And there's another one too. There's 2, but the stocks are blowing up too. A lot of people are starting to switch over to.
I have stock in that stuff too.
Yeah. Do you think it will ever fully replace meat completely?
Listen, in order for that, it's going to happen, but a generation has to die.
Took 4 grams of mushrooms and is playing with a pigeon on our podcast. What is it about the mushrooms that you found that you like about them? You're
really pretty objective to what's really going on, and mushrooms really tell you're nothing. Look at the ground is moving.
Right.
It's crazy how it can open up a part of your brain that you never knew existed.
What do you tactically use it for in your life?
He said he trained on it. He said he actively trains on it. It sharpens his skills.
Listen, it's really crazy. Listen, this is my partner, right? This is my partner.
They always say that, someone's got it worse.
So it's honestly about perspective and the shoes you're wearing and that road you're walking.
Yeah. Why people in the poorest country happier than the people in the richest country? They have no expectations.
See us and we're like, oh, we got 2 million views. Yeah.
Some stupid stuff. Just to complain.
Ignorance is bliss.
Right.
Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss. That's what they say.
But who's ignorant? Or do we play with ignorant because we don't want to deal with the problem that we see in front of us?
Sure. I think ignorance is all dependent on the scope of information you're willing to intake, where you grow up, the people you're surrounded by. I mean, ignorance, I don't think ignorance is always a bad thing, right? People say, oh, you're ignorant. Well, are you ignorant by choice? If you were in the jungle and you came across a fucking gorilla and you had to fight to the death, what would you do?
I would just bow my head down and really stop fighting.
Do you think you would win?
No, he's not gonna.
I wouldn't try to
He's
fight
just
him.
just respect.
Oh, you respect the
I
gorilla?
just put my head down. He would know that he's the boss and he would break out.
What if he refuses to accept your head bow and he pounds his chest and says, I want to take on Iron Mike?
Well, it's never been done before, so
it's never been done. It's never been done. There's been talks of a fight league called UF Beast.
Yes.
Are you being
Partners of UFC, UF Beast.
This can't be real.
Yeah.
He said, "Stop lying."
This one I'm lying about. But admit that'd be crazy. I want to be like that.
I don't know who he is. Yeah. But we saw the movie together. I want to be like him.
Yeah. You know Anderson Silva?
Yeah.
Spider Silva?
Yeah.
Dude, Jake and I met him when we were I think I was 12. I think I was 12 and Jake was 10. There's a picture of us floating online somewhere. I want to actually recreate it someday. But we were huge UFC fans. And we met this guy. And we were wrestling and, doing some jujitsu back then. And I saw him and I had that feeling. I was like, I want to be like this guy. I love seeing him fight on fight night and perform on a stage that big. And it's crazy how 15 years later.
You know what you liked about that guy? You liked those people clapping for him. You wanted that. I want them to clap for me.
And it's clear that there was something that changed, something that shifted.
Man that you was talking about before, he didn't have any self-respect, self-love. So he said anything. His ego, his ego was just so whacked out.
I think there's a lot of kids in this generation that don't know the bad man that Mike Tyson was, man. The scariest person to ever step foot in a boxing ring ever.
I wanted to be the best, and I would do anything to anybody to do it. I would crush them. I would do anything. The best is all that mattered to me. Preeminence when I die,
You think New York gave you a little bit of that too, as a place?
Well, New York gave me that tough guy mentality and stuff. But then when you really understand why you're doing this stuff, listen, I'm not saying I'm smarter than anyone, but I'm sure if you really ask somebody, what is you doing this for? What is this really for? you know. And if they're conscious, they know this is for preeminence. This is for the end of time. We're leaving our mark.
None of this stuff is like a imagination anymore.
I know.
Dude, Elon Musk is talking about removing a part of your skull to insert a chip called the Neuralink.
I've heard about that.
A machine will do it, by the way, and let's hope it gets it right.
That comes in a package. They send it to your house and you attach it to your head and it cuts a little piece of your skull out.
Insert the Neuralink.
A chip.
It has electrodes that'll
Does it
connect to your
improve
brain.
us? Does it make us better?
Hell yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
turns you
Oh,
into half
yeah.
machine, so you know everything.
Well,
you
no,
can
I would like
communicate
it
and
done
think.
to me.
So do you have the same feelings on the vaccine? You want the
I don't want that other thing.
Yeah.
I'm scared. You know, death is just another part of life that we haven't experienced yet.
We talked about this yesterday. I told you I'm afraid to die at this particular moment in my life. Early 20s, I wasn't afraid of death. I didn't care. And now at 25, I do. I want to be around for a long time.
I say this all the time to people. I say, what if someone told you that there was a way to see life in a completely different way, where up wasn't up and right wasn't right and everything was different? You wouldn't want to at least experience that 1-2 times
listen,
before you pass?
Listen, let's go deeper that. You want to experience being God for a few minutes? That's what it does. Mm-hmm. Introduce you to God.
What do you think?
One-on-one basis.
That's what people say, Georgie. Listen, I'm not encouraging. Obviously, as a person in my standing, I have to actually.
I mean,
tell you.
Adam bit the apple and it didn't go so well
I've done
after
it
that.
16 times.
The toad?
What do you mean? Will you see God? Like you have a like you see him, or you're equal to him?
You are him.
Okay, so you're equal to him.
You're not equal to him. You are him.
Got it.
I don't think George is gonna like that. He's a very.
They want you to know that there's people worse than you. You ain't nobody. You ain't somebody special.
You go, yeah.
So I think about this. They always say that, you know, someone's got it worse, or there's always like someone bigger than you. But surely there's someone who has it the worst. No?
I think it's all like perspective. It's crazy because when I hear about sad stories, they handle it with such like meekness, and they could go through it, and then I'm like, fuck, I would never be able to do it. So it's
Right.
honestly about perspective and the shoes you're wearing and that road you're walking.
Yeah. You know, again, you have to look at this. Why people in the poorest country happier than the people in the richest country? They have no expectations. We have expectations.
Yep.
If I don't get 100 million views, fuck out of here, my dad.
Right.
No, these guys just want a piece of banana.
So few people are willing to put in the work to get to a level that great. And I knew when I was young that I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it if only I could promise myself that I could dedicate my life to working hard, whatever it be. I knew I could do it, and that's all it took.
And that's the purpose of life, the willingness to die for something that you really, you know, you're dedicated to. You know, the willingness to do it. Not that you will, but the willingness to do it, to achieve that.
Yep.
So I just wanted to switch gears. I mentioned the weed before.
Yes, you did.
And now it's a business, right?
Yeah.
What is that about? How did that start? Who's behind the scenes helping Mike Tyson?
Listen, this is my partner, Rob Hickman, my brother-in-law, my wife. You see somebody in need of help, and can your ignorance transcend to that?
Exactly.
If it could transcend to humbleness and compassion, then it's great. That's what it's all about, man. All this stuff is about compassion. You know, I had to learn the hard way.
Yep.
All about caring about other people other than ourselves.
I think it's ignorance is all a result of lack of experience. I think experience,
Sure.
trauma, in life.
Which can be your fault or not your fault. That's
Well,
what I'm
some
saying.
people just go through life and they never have to deal with anything, especially in America. You know,
the world's our school. The world teaches us to care, even though we may not do, but the world tells us to care.
That's
it's
why
up to us to do it.
That's why some of the people that have been through the most are the most charitable, because they know what it's like to be there, and so they want to help people out because they know exactly what it fucking feels like to be in that spot.